For the lifestyle project, I made the decision to make three significant changes to my daily routine for a period of 2 weeks. This video journal will go over my first week's experiences and observations as I began to implement those changes. I had to think about what changes I could make, as I felt that I was already pretty environmentally conscious in the way I live my life. However, this project really sparked my interest because this meant I would have to take it to the next level and really make an effort to get through this challenge. The first style challenge or change that I decided to make was to go vegetarian. I've recently began to eat healthier, but have never taken meats out of my diet. Interestingly enough, I eat a high protein diet while keeping carb intake to a minimum. I realized that I would have to think about other ways to get my protein while trying to stay away from breads. I decided to make Saturday and Sunday my days to dedicate to being vegetarian. Furthermore, I took advantage of the weekend by heading down to the local farmers market on Saturday morning. There, I found a plethora of vegetarian, ready-made options that I definitely enjoyed that morning, but I always had the opportunity to buy fruits and veggies while getting ideas from vendors themselves how to prepare their produce while staying away from meat. On average, I eat meat at least twice a day in two of my meals. According to Inhabitat.org, the livestock industry impact on the environment is enormous. Compared with vegetables and grains, livestock requires a lot more space, resources, and water for production. Globally, we consume 308.2 million tons of meat each year, while the supply crop we feed our livestock could feed up to 4 billion people a year, which means if we ate the grains directly instead of feeding it to our livestock, we would already be eating more sustainably. I observed many other benefits that played directly into the lifestyle change so well that I decided to incorporate them at the same time. The Saturday morning farmers market offers free bike valet to those who choose to ride their bikes that morning. Furthermore, I made the lifestyle change by not creating any waste during those days as well. That morning, I made my cup of coffee at home using a French press instead of using my beloved Keurig machine to make my single cup of coffee. The Keurig machine uses disposable plastic cups that you must throw away after each use. Instead, I use a glass French press to brew my coffee that morning. Lastly, before cleaning up, I typically would throw the grounds down the garbage disposal, but that morning I decided to throw them in the back garden to minimize my waste and to repurpose the grounds as plant food. When I got to the farmer's market, I felt great riding my bike. I took my own reusable shopping bags and began filling them with fruits, veggies, nuts, and even a couple vegan cookies. Furthermore, I had to be cautious of my waste, so I didn't want to use the plastic bags vendors offered to their customers. So when I bought granola, I made sure it was either sold to me in a glass jar, or I brought my own jars to make sure I didn't find a need to use their plastic. Lastly, I finished off the morning at the market eating a vegetarian burrito offered by Speedy Burrito. Usually the owner will wrap the burrito in foil, so I asked him that I didn't require the foil. So he literally just handed me the burrito right after making it. The tricky part was not using napkins, so I definitely had to be a bit more careful while eating. I admit I had to wipe my mouth with the back of my hand a couple of times until I had the chance to wash them, and then letting them air dry afterwards. My impressions of the first week were pretty great, actually. I found myself really thinking about my next move, especially since I decided to do all three lifestyle changes at the same time. In conclusion, I found that simply thinking about how to reduce your footprint on the earth all play into one another. When eating no meat, I naturally created less waste, ate healthier, and felt better about myself after riding my bike for 2 days.